Welcome back, everyone. And I actually just got back from DragonCon, which is a con I used to go to every year before the pandemic. And I recently went back. So I'm going to show y'all everything that I purchased. I don't know if I'm going to do a small vlog. I kind of didn't really want to film while I was there. I just wanted to enjoy myself. So I do have some footage, especially of the aquarium and the botanical gardens that we visited. But other than that, we'll see. We'll see what I put. But for now, let's just get to what I purchased. I'll start with what I got at the botanical garden, as well as a few local shops that we visited right after. So from the botanical garden, their gift shop was really neat. I got this souvenir pin. This is of the woman that's in one of the gardens. It was $8.95 from Focus Souvenirs. And she was really, really cool to see in person. She's actually the reason that we went to visit the gardens in the first place, because the pictures online of her were really cool. I do have footage of her, or a picture that I'll put here so y'all can see what she looks like. But I wanted a pin to commemorate that. I also bought this Cafe Mocha Chocolate Raspberry instant drink. It's powdered coffee that's flavored. $9.95 wasn't a bad price, but you do need 2 to 3 tablespoons to make it somewhat flavorful. I tried it at the Airbnb right before we left on the last day, and I'm assuming I didn't put enough because it did not taste like anything and was not good. But my friend did, and I think she mildly enjoyed it. So I'm going to try that again now that I'm home at some point, and hopefully it's good. It smells good. I also purchased a bath bomb from there. I've never used a bath bomb. They've always been interesting to me just because of what they do and how pretty they can look. Mine looked like a donut. Again, I will try to put a picture of it on screen so that y'all can see what it looked like. It was a little underwhelming when I tossed it in the tub, but it was a nice bath and it smelled really good. And then the last thing, I feel like I bought one other thing from those gardens, but I can't remember, so let's just assume this was the last item. This was like $4. Atlanta Botanical Garden souvenir tote bag. It's made out of kind of a really, really thin burlap material. It feels kind of cheap, but it's very, very sturdy, which is nice. So that's everything from the botanical garden. Then we went to visit a local plant nursery because my friend is really, really into houseplants, or plants in general. Here is the cute little bag. That's the name of it, the Victorian Atlanta. So here's the logo, and here is the little guy that I bought. He is very long, and this is the type of plant that drapes down once it grows really big, which I wanted. It's a Hoya Crimson Queen. So the leaves right now, they attracted me mainly because they were white, and I've never seen that in a plant before. I'm not really into the whole houseplant stuff. But apparently the more sunlight you give it, the pinker their leaves get, which is, I'm not, oh no. That must have happened while in Atlanta. They were in a bag for a long time. Poor little guy. But yes, I will treat this little guy very carefully and hope he grows big and strong. And then this nursery was located in a very big shopping center that had tons of shops and a sizable food court. We visited the food court multiple times to try some of the cakes from a bakery, St. Germain's Bakery, I believe is what it was called. I'll post some pictures so that y'all can see what they look like. But I also went to a stationery store that I can't remember what it was called, and I don't think I have a receipt from them. So from there I just was really looking for a journal, but I did get this eraser. It's triangle shaped. These are really nice, and I like that it's triangle shaped. I just remembered that this is from the botanical garden. I got a commemorative pencil. You can't really see it, but it does have flowers on the sides. And then this is the journal that I got from the stationery store. It was called the paper store, I think, which is why I thought they would have more journals than they did. They really didn't. They had more pens than anything, and then plushies, but I've heard this is a good brand, and it is lined. I kind of wanted one that wasn't, but it's okay. It wasn't that expensive either, and it feels really nice. So I've been avoiding opening it till now, but the paper smells a little, a little off, but I do like how it can open fairly wide. And then the cover is solid. This is a Yukori metallic gray. And there's all the info if y'all are interested. But I'm happy to have this. I'll just show this because it's messed up. There's a booth there every year that sells cookies and Lord of the Ring bread. That's also a comic book booth, which is funny. I got this cookie on the way out and it's crushed after stuffing it in between all my stuff. But they're really good. It's a sugar cookie. And then just to give y'all a quick look, here's the book that they published this year. So this contains the starter guide, which includes the schedule of all the panels as well as lists of all the vendors and a map of where they would be. And I'm probably going to use this to reference any artists because I was really bad with keeping business cards in check or even taking business cards. Some artists didn't even have business cards. So I have some of the stuff I've bought from artists. I don't have any information on who they were. So I'm going to try and reference that after editing or during editing to see if I can find the artist. And then this is just the program book. Sherilyn Kenyon. She was actually there this year. Usually I just see her booth, but she's never there. But she was actually there. Okay, now let's start with the merchandise. I got this coaster. I was really hoping to get a coaster from the Atlanta Aquarium, but they did not have any, and it was so crowded in there. I just gave up. So I did see this towards the end of the con. It is slate, which is really cool. I've never seen a coaster like this. This is the only design that I really liked. And it has little foots on the other side. I also bought another coaster from a seller that I had been eyeing. So this was like $8 or $9. I can't remember. The other one was $7. But the other one, the gentleman ran out of the one that I was going to get, but he said he did custom ones. So I did order a custom one from him, and I'm so excited for it. I really hope he gets finished with it soon. But there's that. Then this bag contains a mix mash of stuff. I got a bunch of samples from the Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. They're there every year and they have neat perfumes. A lot of their stuff just isn't my taste, but I know my best friend really loves their stuff. So I got all the samples I could find for her. Some of these I think they've had previous years, but there are some new ones I've noticed. But here's everything from them. So much stuff. And then I believe this bag also has a mishmash of stuff as well. So I got these earrings for my mother. They're really, really pretty. They caught my eye as I was walking in the aisle because they just catch the light so well. I want to say these are like acrylic or something. They're solid plastic feeling, the wings themselves, and then they have these little gemstones. And they are from the Fairy Stitch Factory. So that's their information. Feel free to follow them. They were really reasonably priced as well. And they're the type of earring that has the backing that my mom likes. Any other type of earring backing, she says they're very prone to falling from her ears. So I was very happy to see that they had that type. And hopefully she likes them. I won't tell her the price because I know she'll stop liking them. They were $20. It wasn't that bad. Then there is always a booth there that sells Japanese snacks and plushies. And this year they had a ton of these little shaker keychains. Here's the tags, Spring Rain. There were a lot of these, different colors, different styles. Some had little plastic drinks with other stuff inside. But I got my mother this little bee in a bear cup. And it's really cute to put on your bag. This is where I was really bad with getting a business card. This is from an artist in the Artist Alley. And I have no idea what they're named. If you know this artist, please let me know. I will try to find them. They were in a very obvious place in the Artist Alley, so I'm going to look at that map and see if I can maybe look up who they were, put it on the screen. And then I got these two pins. This pin I'd seen in a couple booths, but they were always 12 and up. And I found it randomly in some guy's booth that didn't even sell pins usually. I think his main thing was taxidermy that he sold. But I found it in his case for $10, so I went ahead and scooped that up because I had been eyeing it. And then this pin, I swear, is from an artist that I've been eyeing for many, many years. I will put the name of them on the screen somewhere because I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But when I saw this, I just stopped. I was like, is that from them? A lot of artists nowadays put their branding on the back of the pin. I just don't know if this one does, because their pins are fairly small. But even if it is a bootleg or something, it's pretty good quality, and I'm really happy that I got it. And then speaking of pins, I bought, I was so excited for these. So there is this booth again, who's been there every year I've gone to, DragonCon. They give you a punch card now, which is funny. They're called Geeky Endeavors, and I think in addition to this pin booth, they also have another pin booth, not pin booth, another booth that sells t-shirts or something else. I just remember seeing their business card multiple times. But they always have a variety of pins, and they always include the artists, or they group their pins on their boards by the artist, so you always get to see what you want, what you're interested in. I got this Creepy Crawlers pin with the spiderweb and Black Widow dangling. This is by LaCroix Grimoire, the sunny side. Interesting, but it's so cool. I love it, and I'm starting to really like pins with dangly stuff on them. And then this is the one that I literally stopped and just like my heart started pumping. And when I bought it, I was walking around that vendor hall with my adrenaline going. It was really funny. But look what I found. It is gorgeous. This is an anglerfish in purple with a little dangly bit in this metallic rainbow metal. It's so cool. And this is by Evi Benita. I just love it. It's so cool. I'm so happy that anglerfishes are becoming more common to see in merchandise. I've noticed. I've been seeing sculptures of them. I've been seeing them on shirts. More enamel pins with them. Thank goodness. Love it. So that's what I got from them. Then I got this. Thankfully, this person does have their name on the sticker sheet. This is by One Small Hurt. And they sold a variety of kind of boys love art and other stuff. Really cute art, but I primarily just liked that they were mushrooms. Super cute. And then this artist I was able to find. This is Secondalina, who creates a webcomic online called Lord of Crows. And they were actually at their booth. This is Anxious Little Goth Buddy patch. It's huge and a really good price. And then I got this double-sided Pikachu embroidery keychain. So funny. So cute. Love those two. This one's kind of small. I don't remember the name of the booth because there were multiple booths who sell this brand of socks. But I got this for my best friend. These skull socks. They're really cool. And they were only $12, so it's not bad. Not a bad price. Let's try to get all the merch out of the way before I continue. I did end up finding, I was so excited about this. I never expected to see this particular figure in the vendor's hall just because it's so recent. But this seller, not only were they selling him, he only sold them for $20. Which is crazy. I was tempted to get more figures from him just because. And I have checked. This one does not seem to have a bootleg. So with all my hope, this is legit. But I've been eyeing this one ever since the announcement and picture of his prototype came out. Because look at him. He's so cute. And I already have a Deku figure. I'm not really interested in having two. So I might sell the one that I currently have to replace him with this one. Because he's so cute. I don't think I'm going to do a video for this one, but we will see. If y'all want an in-depth review, which this is a prize figure, it's probably not going to be that exciting, but I'm willing. Oh my god. He is so cute. Whoa, very strong plastic smell. But wow, he is really good quality. Yeah, I think he's legit. Look at him. So adorable. So cute. And he's just supposed to be sitting. The details on this are really good, actually. The branding is on his butt. That's funny. There's like some weird patching in the seam lines, but other than that, I think he's pretty good. Oh, you can just wipe that off. Okay. But yeah, I love him. He's so cute. And back in the box. So this is from Van Presto, I believe, and it's from their Break collection. So this is a collection specifically, I believe, of figurines for characters in a more like casual pose, because they tend to, especially for shonen, they tend to make figures in more action poses than normal. And then I also, not from the same booth, no, none of these figure booths really give you a business card, but I did find this toga figure for my sister-in-law. They had a lot of toga figures. This one was $35. I found others that were $5 cheaper or around the same price, but her face was just so ugly that I just decided to get her the cute one. Next, I got, so in addition to the artist alley, they also have an artist hall. It's at a different hotel, and it's just a big ballroom with artist booths that are more, I don't want to say professional, because there were some very professional artists in the artist alley, but I would say it's more likely that the art and merchandise in the artist hall is a little more expensive. For example, the standard art print is generally $20. You'll see some artists in the artist alley sell them for more, definitely. For example, the standard price for an art print, 11 by 17 in size, is generally $20 from what I've seen. And the artist hall definitely had more artists that were $30 minimum. There were some artist alley artists that sold them for $30 and more, but I feel like the artist hall just had a lot more of it. But this is what I got. This is from the Creeping Moon. They sold a variety of items, including prints, but also washi tape. It's by Megan Wire-Whedon. And my friend actually pointed these out. I did spot them in the beginning, but I wasn't really that interested up until she bought some, because she follows this artist and loved the pictures of the journals she saw. But this is an art or sketchbook. And what was neat is that she had multiple. I really wanted the black, but each book had different type of paper in it. So this one, The Botanist, has watercolor paper, which is really cool. It's really nice thickness too, so you could definitely paint full illustrations in this. And that's more or less what I was hoping to find at that stationery store. So I'm really happy that I found this in the art show. It was $25, which is a little pricey for a journal, but you know, it's custom designed. It's really cool. She had both gold and silver options for this metallic detailing, and the others she had lined, dotted, and blank paper available as well. So I'm really happy with this. I believe this is the last of the merchandise that I bought in the artist hall. So I do not really care for tea, but this booth was selling it for fairly cheap, and their tea sounded interesting. So I bought a bunch of samples to try, because while I don't like tea, I do want to start liking it. I think it's a better alternative than coffee, but you know, it depends. So in addition to tea, they also sold honey sticks. So I bought 3 packs of honey sticks for $2.50 each. I also got this spoon shaped like a skull. And then here are the samples that I bought. This is Rook and Rose sample pack, and it includes a variety of chocolatey and fruity teas. Then there is Stay Alive sample pack and iced tea sample pack, which I feel like I might like better. I feel like I'd like iced tea a lot more than warm tea. These were, considering I do not like tea, they were a little expensive. They were like $15, but apparently that's like the cheap end of custom teas at conventions, so I'm not gonna complain too much about it because the people there were really nice. So that's what I got from them. And then I'm just gonna throw this item in here because it's really, really funny. Well, it was mildly upsetting because I really liked this item. I know what brand this is, so I'll post a picture for you guys of what this is supposed to look like. But basically, this is a parasol. It has this amazing skull print, and it was gorgeous when I bought it. It was $50, so it was not cheap, but I absolutely loved it. And then on the last day of the con, we get back to the Airbnb and I'm showing it off and it just collapses on itself. Something must have broken because when we peeled it, when we de-skinned it or skinned it, we noticed that the frame had a wire that I'm assuming kept everything together that had snapped. So I'm assuming that's what happened. I don't know if it was a quality issue or maybe like the vendors, because vendors do stuff a lot of their merchandise fairly tight when they pack up their booths and, you know, leave the con. So maybe it got damaged on the way. I don't know. Point is, I was kind of upset. But here is the brand of the umbrella. I figured I'd keep the skin. Apologies for saying that. I'll keep the fabric and, I don't know, make something out of it. I'm sure it could have been fixed, but we really didn't want to haul all the framing from this umbrella back home. So I stuck with keeping this. And my vendor friend did message the con vendor that sold this to me to see if they would be willing to send a replacement. If not, I might message the brand itself because they do have an online store and see if they'd be willing to give me a replacement. I honestly don't think any of them will, but we can try. I actually forgot one item. This is from the art show. I unfortunately could not find the artist anywhere online by describing this piece of artwork. This is a giant pillow that my friend actually bought me, which is really generous of him. I did not know she even had this. I'd been eyeing her booth the whole con, but she had run out of this print, which is the only thing I really wanted from her. So we went back on the last day, and I noticed that she had this hanging on her booth, and I was just floored. Like, I didn't see that the first time, and I was kind of upset with myself that I didn't, because it was a cool pillow, but I figured it'd be too much work to keep in the car and haul with us back, so I just didn't get it. And then he went in and got it for me, so that's really nice of him, and I really appreciate it. And it's so comfortable. It had to come with us in vacuum sealed bags just so we could fit it in the car, but I am very excited to lay down on this and use it as a pillow or just cuddle with it, because the artwork is really cool. It's a very gnarly looking shark eating a planet. So cool. And again, there's no branding on it, so I don't know who the artist is, unfortunately. I will again try to find their name on the art show map, and hopefully I can figure out who they are. And now we're really going to get into the art before I show y'all the final items. So I'll start with this artist since I only bought one print from them. I really wanted multiple things from them, but they were kind of pricey and I was not willing to spend most of my budget on one artist. So this is by BFIFFE, and I did find their social media, so they're fairly easy to find. I love their business card, and their booth just consisted of all these cool spooky artwork. So let's see if y'all can look at it without the glare. She had a lot of cool stuff. I actually forgot to buy her sticker pack, but I'm very happy that I got this print from her. A lot of the artists too, I forgot to ask if they could sign my prints, but she does have her stamp on the back. Babs Webb. I apologize. This business card was not for Babs. It's actually for this artist, which I bought a ton of stuff from because I'd been eyeing this person's art for years. I loved seeing their artwork every time I went to the con, but he only ever sold it framed, so the minimum price for one small print of this size was like $75, and I just wasn't willing. But this year he sold a lot of actual prints, and they're such good quality, and he had new art that I was really excited for. So I'll start with the small ones. He has this series of haunted houses that just looks so cool. Here's the red one that looks like it belongs to a vampire. Here is this one that looks like it belongs to a witch. This blue one that kind of just looks like it belongs to a zombie or a scientist maybe. He had a green one and an orange one too that looked really cool, but I passed on because I was already buying a bunch of stuff from him. And then I got the small one of the vampire one. The big vampire one is going to my best friend. I thought she would really love that one. And then I'm going to hang these up together. Maybe the big one with the small ones on the side. I just have ideas. And then I got this big print from him. So he is primarily a digital artist in the sense that he creates a lot of these spooky artworks. These I think he just made through Illustrator or something, but stuff like this he recreates with photographs. So he photoshops them together essentially to create his illustrations, and they look so cool. And I'm so happy that I finally own one of the big prints that he had, and I'm super glad he backs them with cardboard because a lot of artists don't do that. So that is everything that I got from this artist. So happy about that. And then I went back and forth on a couple artists. This artist, actually, I bought a ton of merchandise from them in the beginning, and then I went back for this print. It is an original, so she had this idea and just drew it. Love that. But then I also bought a ton of stuff from her. Here is her business card, if y'all are interested. Betty Lau. And the back of her card is really cute. I do remember seeing her one year, but I don't think she had all this stuff. Otherwise, I would have bought it. But I did get 2 of these sticky pads. They're really cool. $5 each. Not a bad price. And then this was something I'd never seen before. They sold custom clasps. So I bought 2 bat wings, actually. Black and purple, and they had 2 different types of purple. The bat is for my best friend. And then I also got this Plague Doctor, and they had this one in a steampunk, not steampunk, a more bronze finish, which was cool, but I went ahead and got the black. So I just thought that was cool, like hang something or like a keychain or your keys on there. Then I also got this pack of crab stickers with knives. So funny, so cute. And I love this meme. So that's everything that I got from this artist. And then at the very end of the con, I'd been eyeing this piece of artwork the whole time and decided to go for it. It was only $20, which is standard. This is a Jujutsu Kaisen print of the second years. So the group Maki, Panda, I can't recall his name. I feel really bad. And then the main character to the prequel. I got home a few hours ago, so I do apologize if I'm forgetting everything because I'm so tired. But I really love this print. So happy to have gotten it. I just wish the artist had given me their business card. So again, I'm going to have to look and see if I can find it and put it on the screen for y'all. So to be in the artist alley, you don't necessarily have to sell prints. I did end up getting this item from Toto, and she created a bunch of these neat characters that are just based in her culture. So she just made her own character brand, which is really cool. And from her, the bag is messed up because I stuffed it in my backpack. I got these 2 tumblers, which are so cool. First of all, they're adorable. Second of all, they feel really sturdy. So the small one was 30, the big one was 40, and they have her characters on them, but they just look so legit, don't they? Really well designed and very useful item. And they come with a straw. They have care instructions in there as well. They are meant for both cold and hot drinks, but I was told to be careful with the hot drinks because it might melt the straw. But I got the small one for myself and then the big one for my mother. So I hope she likes it. And if not, I can definitely re-gift this because it's just really cute and useful. So now, oh, I forgot I bought this. I also did not get a business card from them, but you can kind of see their signature on the bottom. Watso? I have no idea. Artists really need to start putting their business card when they sell prints. But I got this for my best friend as well. She loves pinups. And I saw this in the dealer's hall, which was weird. And they had a good deal on prints, so I went ahead and got it. I hope she likes it. I'm not really the best person to probably go around looking for pinups. And a lot of people definitely sold them there. Then I got this print from an artist called Catawampus Press. She had a lot of cool stuff and these characters that she had created. And it took me a while to figure out which print I wanted, but I really wanted a print from her. So I ended up settling on this one. So here's her business card. And yeah, I really love this print. And then I also got an enamel pin from her. She also had really, really cool detailed patches, but I ended up not getting one. But here's this adorable jelly ghost. So cute. So that's that. Then I have this print that I actually traded with my friend. She actually had bought this from Gawky, which is an artist we are both familiar with. I bought pins. Have I bought pins from her? Yes, I did. I bought pins from her one year, and I think a placemat from her as well. But this one got damaged the day she bought it, so she ended up going back for another one. So I traded with another piece of artwork that I got from an artist that I'll show you in a bit. But this is so cute. Look at this cute little bat. It's so adorable. And I believe Gawky called it sweet potato or something. It was really cute. So this is the artist whose art I traded to get that. Again, no business card, but he did have really cool artwork. This is an Evangelion print that I actually wanted two of, but he only had one left, so I went ahead and got this for my boyfriend, as well as this Berserk print. Do I know if he likes Berserk? No. But it looks badass. I do hope this artist is there again next year, because I am interested in getting that Evangelion print from him. And then on my way out, I tried to shop for my brother, whose choice in prints were always out of stock. So I ended up ordering him an avatar print of Aang that was really cool. But I felt bad that he kind of wasn't getting a souvenir the day when I got back. So I did stumble upon this Aku print. He really likes Samurai Jack. So I thought this was perfect. It was pricey. It was like $30. For this size, that was a little exorbitant. But it is cool, and I'm sure he'll like it. So that is all of the artwork, which means I can move on to the final booth. So the final booth that I bought from is this one, which if you've seen my previous videos on my DragonCon hauls, you may recognize them. This is from the Lolita Collective. This is their big card, and here is their smaller card, which is the one I think I showed last year. They are a really neat booth. They always have cool stuff. My friend and I were looking forward to seeing if they were there this year, and they were, primarily because they always carry some really neat spooky pins. So I will show y'all what I got from them. I got this for my best friend, cute little bat. I got this black rainbow, which I thought was really unique, and it says kawaii. This turnip jack-o'-lantern from a brand called Cat Coven. And the pins are pretty reasonably priced, I would say. And then, oh my gosh, this is why I love this booth, and I went back multiple times because they did not have this when we first went, not even the second day. This did not pop up until the third or fourth day of the con. And as soon as I saw it, I bought it because it's amazing. This is from Hainuli. See if y'all can see. So once they ran out of pins, they clearly, you know, have others ready to put out. See, that's the info on the pin maker. It's a really pretty card, and the pin itself is gorgeous. They had pastel Lolita and then one other Lolita as well. It's just a gorgeous pin on a very gorgeous card. And then I also bought this necklace cracked me up when I saw it. I thought it would be perfect for my best friend. Gosh, it's all tangled. But it feels pretty sturdy, good quality. I've never seen anything really like it. It's from a brand called Restyle Alternative Fashion. It's a pentagram made out of broomsticks. How cool is that? Here's the Restyle branding, and then it was $15, which wasn't bad. Something new that they had this year were lucky bags, which I was stupid and bought one. I knew I wasn't going to like what was in it. But my friends and I definitely had a laugh at what was essentially $15 gone to the trash. So there was this choker, which wasn't bad. I mean, someone with this particular aesthetic could definitely still use this. And it was retailed at $15, so I got my money back from that. Then there was these earrings, which again, Someone with this style could definitely wear these. They're not that bad. And then I just got a bunch of these animal rings. And it was just baffling because I've never seen their booth have these. So these, maybe they're from their website. I just can't imagine anyone wearing this and thinking it was cute. But I'm sure there are people out there. But these for me are probably just going to go to the trash. So yeah, never going to buy a lucky bag from them again. I'll just stick to buying actual merchandise that I know I will like. Speaking of, I got this amazing cathedral backpack. It's so black, my camera's having a hard time focusing, but it has this amazing embroidery on it to make the design of the cathedral and the rosette window in the front. I did take art history and we were taught all the terminology for the architectural terms of a cathedral, and I just can't remember it. The only thing I didn't like is that it's this type of opening. I kind of wish it was a zipper pocket instead. I don't know if these are just becoming popular because my Nightmare Before Christmas backpack from Hot Topic also had this style. I've gotten used to it, so it's not a big deal. I just thought it was interesting that all the bags I found are starting to have this type of opening. But then it also has all these different pockets on the sides. I took out a lot of the stuffing to actually put stuff in here, but it did come, you know, with paper inside to keep the form of the bag. And it's just so cool. And it is from the same brand, actually. Restyle Alternative Fashion. And this was $80. So I actually had to think about it because I saw it. I immediately wanted it. But I thought, it's the first day of the con. I need to wait. And I gave it 2 days. 2 of them, they had 4. 2 of them sold on the first day. And by the next day, I thought, if I see it again and they still have some, I will consider it a sign and I'll get it. I went back. They had 2 left. I walked around the vendor's hall and then I went back and got it because I knew I would regret it if I didn't. I love it. And I've been meaning to get a bag like this because sometimes I just don't want to take my Ita bag. I just want a backpack. And I'm so happy I found this. The last 2 items are just as amazing. I've been meaning to get some type of blouse to match some of the more Victorian skirts or long skirts that I've been buying, like the ones from Hot Topic. And they sold a lot of them because, again, they are the Lolita collective, so they sell a lot of on-brand Lolita items. So I found this that might be hard to show y'all just because it's fully black and it's big. But it's this neat blouse with this trimming and ruffles. The sleeves are solid, which I like because I kind of wanted something that I might be able to get away with wearing to work. Like no one would question it was just a blouse. It has this flare on the bottom. It's a little short, so I'll definitely have to wear an undershirt under it. It's also very thin, so again, undershirt. But that's good because in the heat it won't make me sweat. It's from this brand that I obviously am not familiar with because I don't really follow Lolita fashion like that. Vilia. So yeah, I'm really happy. This was how much was this actually? It was like 65, 55. Okay. Which is, you know, still pricey, but but it does have buttons, really cute buttons on the side and the back. You can kind of tell how sheer it is. So this is definitely something to put over something else, which is fine. I just love it. It's really, really wrinkled right now because both my sister and I bought clothing. So we needed to fit all of it in our suitcase so that we didn't create more bags to stuff into the car. So we got vacuum seal shrink bags, which worked perfectly. But obviously a lot of things got wrinkled from being forced in that position for a long time. But I'm so happy with this. I love it. I can't wait to wear it. And then the last thing I'm equally excited for, if not more, because this is the thing I primarily wanted to go to their booth for, in addition to the enamel pins. And I might actually have to show y'all this in a different position. So this is the skirt that I got from them as well. It's gorgeous. There's so much going on. It has a lot of flair. I just love it, truly. And here, I'll show y'all. It's got this layer and then an under layer to keep it solid. And it's just such good quality. Like, I've had I've seen Lolita fashion before, but to actually feel it in your hand is unreal. Here's the tag. This is by Anastasia. And this was an $88 skirt, so it wasn't cheap. So clearly I bought, I think, the most merchandise from them. The artists might give them a run for their money just because their prints are so expensive, but I definitely feel like I bought the most from the Lolita collective. And I love every piece of item that I bought. And then here is a better look at the blouse I bought as well. It's so pretty. I just love it. Definitely gonna have to steam it. I'll look at the care instructions because some of these items you definitely need to wash a certain way. But yeah, I'll get the wrinkles out and it'll look so good. And of course it's just like me to forget something because I put it to the side. So I ended up buying this and a Gudetama figure. Now the Gudetama figure wasn't that good, honestly. I actually broke it. I ended up getting, it was this little guy climbing into the egg, but there must have been a manufacturing error because the hole, or one of them, is not wide enough for the pegs in his arms. So as I was trying to push him into the egg, it snapped more or less. So now the peg's a little broken. It's hard to show y'all with one hand, but yeah. So I'll have to glue that back somehow. And honestly, I thought this was going to be a vinyl figure, so I'm not too impressed with the quality. It's just a solid hollow plastic. So I'm probably not going to keep him. But I did get this Deck Keeper card holder from the Sherilyn Kenyon booth, which is really funny. If you're not familiar with Sherilyn Kenyon, she is an adult author, and she always has a booth there selling her books. But she also has a lot of other products like soap, nail polish. This card stuff was apparently a business venture by her son, and they were just trying to get rid of them, honestly, which is really funny. But they were only $3. I thought that was a good deal, and I need somewhere to put my Force of Will cards, so I got that. So that is the last of it this time for sure. Okay, minus the broken umbrella and I think the DragonCon books. That should be everything that I purchased. I unfortunately had to hide the skirt and the blouse under all the art because there's just so much, but I did try to fit everything in frame. So here is the art for this year. It's not as good as previous years in my opinion, but it's still very nice, really cute. And it's by Aunt Lucia, or maybe that's just the character. But yeah, I had a lot of fun this year. Really happy with the stuff I purchased. Definitely went a little crazy just because I had a set budget this time, so I was kind of just spending knowing that I had the money for it. It was such a fun year, and I'm really excited to go next year. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you, again, want to see some of the merchandise available here and maybe try to purchase it, I will try to find links for every artist's page and put that in the description. Merchandise might be a little harder just because booths don't tend to have business cards a lot of the time, but I will try my best to leave that information in the description for y'all. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.